mean, who would have ever thought 5 years ago that the federal government would own 60% of two of our auto companies? I wouldn't have, I admit it. How many of us would have thought that they would actually control the financial industry in this country? And that they would have passed a bill that most of us aren't aware of. Just 2.5 weeks ago. The financial reform bill, did you hear about that? That sucker puts in code too big to fail. And it actually has impact in that bill, if fully implemented. That would have far more cost, deficit reduction, and tax increases than any of the bills passed prior, including the health care bill, cap and trade. That's scary stuff. Scott Garrett, congressman from New Jersey, was in last night and spoke to a group of bankers, insurance people here in Jackson. He's the ranking member on the subcommittee that deals with Fannie, Freddie, SEC, and insurance regulations. And he walked us through last night that financial reform bill. I went home scared. I didn't know all of everything there. That's the type of stuff that's been taken over. We wouldn't have thought that was the case. But it's awakened America now to respond to 9/12 Tea Party groups, independent Reagan Democrats, and individual citizens who say, I'm awake, I'm not going away. A 71-year-old farmer came up to my wife in a meeting not too many months ago and said to her, Sue, I'm 71 years old. When I left high school, I did what was the responsible thing I thought I would do, and I've worked ever since. I met a wife, married her, raised my, had a family and raised them. Responsible young adults. They're out in the workforce. I thought I'd done my job, and now I see what's happening in my country. Oh, and by the way, he said, I also voted all those years. But now I'm getting involved in politics. I may have a few more years of life. I don't know how long I have. He says, but as long as I have, I'm not leaving. So I'm encouraging every group I meet with. Do the right thing this election, elect the right people. People who believe in the Constitution and conservative principles, those foundational principles of our government, that makes us unique upon the earth. We are a blessing to ourselves as well as the rest of the world. But don't go away. Don't ever go away. Hold my feet to the fire if you elect me and give me the privilege to represent you. Don't assume that I'll stay good. I plan to. My wife plans to make me stay good. But it's your responsibility to continue oversight for who you elect. We've let that go away for too many years, and now here we are. So it takes two to tango. It takes voters, constituents, elected officials working together to remain honest and keep the system going. I see the high sign. Which means we have, what, about 10 minutes?
One or two more questions.
Okay.
I'm just curious, you mentioned the large number of unionized
Public employees.
How do we, especially being in a world economy where we have to compete on a worldwide basis, how can we change that? Have you given any thought to that? How we can?
None of the changes, and I'll state this very clearly, none of the changes will come without pain. And none of the changes will come easy. I had another gentleman over in Coldwater go away from me where I made that statement. It included one gain without some pain. We've got to be willing to say no to ourselves. Probably for several years. And then not get back in the habit of asking government to do more and more for us. But I made that statement even when I was talking to the guy who was writing it. He said, I don't know how that guy's going to get elected. Making that statement. How many people want to hear it's going to be painful before it gets better? The guy that was in the seat next to him said, well, that's exactly what's got to happen. That's what's happened in business. In order to get ahead, we've got to go through some pain. In order to get through this tough time, we're going to go through pain. We've got to make changes. We've got to right size. We've got to reduce expenditures. We've got to tighten the belts. We have to do that in government too. starts by electing the right people who are willing to stand up and say it's got to change. I have nothing against you as bureaucrats, as public employees, but if the people who pay your salaries aren't making it and are cutting 10, 20, 30% out of their budgets, some who have seen their college fund for their kids go away, they've seen their 401k go away, they've lost businesses, they've had to start over again, then government has to feel that.